semifinal playoff collision when the Buckeyes survive. Both replacing a lot of stars from those teams. Both expect to contend for a championship this season. Welcome, the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. The Texas Longhorns offense comes on the field first today. And each offense features a star tight end. Kirk, what an elite matchup of guys who can really hurt defenses in a variety of ways.
When was the last time we did a game where we were excited to watch two tight ends from opposing teams go against each other? But that's what we have today. Both of these guys are elite at their position. Both want to have bragging rights that they're the best in the country.
And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Touchdown, Ohio State. A huge defensive score.
Boy, that's a 14-point swing on the opening drive. Instead of worrying about giving up points, not only do they come up with this interception, but to take it into the end zone, they're an extra point away from really giving their offense an edge.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Locates the tight end. It's complete. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Brought down after a short return, but the interception gives the offense the football at the 40.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
The offense starts with excellent field position. Big throw caught on the left side. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Well, Texas and Ohio State, the last time a part of college football history, of course, that classic collision in the Cotton Bowl. Jack Sawyer with the strip sack and scoop and score, the decisive play in an unforgettable football game.
Yeah, one of those big games that you can remember, maybe 2 or 3 plays being the difference in the game. You mentioned a play by Jack Sawyer, of course, at the end of the first half. The screen pass to Trevion Henderson that looked like Ohio State was just trying to not turn the ball over. High percentage throw, ends up going for a touchdown. So the Buckeyes made the plays when they had to be able to get out of there with a win. And anytime you put these 2 teams on the field together, a ton of NFL talent and athletic ability. Let's see how this one plays out.
They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Off with RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
crucial. Third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Trying to convert with a sweep. Buckeyes will line up now. It's 1st and goal. On 1st down, it's play action. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Tackled after the completion, down at the 1-yard line.
Boy, tight windows as always down here. They have trust in throwing it. You just have to be smart.
Solid gain puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Here's a jet sweep. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Man, I love to see a defense that's prepared for anything. The offense here tries that jet sweep and quickly found out that going side to side is tricky against this defense and this speed they have.
Here we go, back in the red zone. 0 for 2 scoring touchdowns here so far, and it's 3rd and goal. It's a keeper trying to get to the marker. Motors all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The kick sails through, so the lead is 14-0. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Play action here on 1st down. Short connection to the tight end here. Here's a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the quarterback gets him.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. To the air. It's Manning. He finds the running back in the flat. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in his game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
This is why this guy's considered one of the top defensive ends in the entire country. He came in off the edge so quickly there. Look out, because that's exactly what was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
The Longhorns will send their punt team onto the field. No fair catch, looking to make a return here. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And now the first play of the drive, they'll begin at the 38. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. Beautiful catch right near the sideline, gets the foot down. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Just another great example, Chris, of an Ohio State quarterback and receiver combination being so dangerous. Think about it, over the last 8 or 10 years, I think Ohio State has been as consistent as anybody when it comes to the passing game and the efficiency that comes with it.
Quarterback keeps the football. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
where there's just so many things happening on these read option plays, and they happen fast. This defense has done a good job of trying to prevent this quarterback from hitting the big play. He gets some yards here, but at least he didn't get out for a big gainer.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Looking to pass, it's Sayan. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. They wrap him up, and the gain is good enough for a first down. Well, Kirk, Ohio State has the lead here after one. And as we reach the end of one, the lead is starting to mount. Let's take a quick look at the first quarter stats before we move on. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime, the crucial second quarter beginning right now. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side.
Well, we're just getting started here, and already you can feel a rhythm between a quarterback and a receiver. Nice job again getting back in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw to one of his top targets.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Takes the handoff. It's Peoples.
That was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fits, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. The pass rush gets home.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the punt will just bounce out of bounds. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. They're going to run it here. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Looking to throw. It's Manning. A deep shot to the left side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. This will be fair caught at the 30. Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 31. Here comes a handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 36.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
A gain makes it second and medium. A play action, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Peoples. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
trying to bait this defensive line into believing they have a shot to get to the quarterback on the pass. Instead, they recognize screen right away, make a really nice play for a lost yardage.
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. They move the ball across midfield and set up a fresh set of downs.
You know, in these spread offenses, the game just keeps evolving, and the opportunities keep presenting themselves for the big guys to be able to run a corner route. So hard to cover this.
The Buckeyes have 1st and 10 here. Back to pass. It's Sayin. A deep shot to the right. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down. And he'll set up to throw. Caught by the receiver. They get him down, but not before he gets to the +38.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. And when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much they would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
How aggressive will they be on this first down play? Looking to chuck it again. Quick throw to the flat. It's a screen.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Important 2nd down play coming up. A quick throw out left, complete. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Boy, these receiver screens, if run correctly, can be a big play with a convoy of linemen out in front. This time, just not able to get it going, and it's a nice job of the defense to prevent a big play.
It's 3rd down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Throws it to the right. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. You got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
The decision is not to go for it on 4th down. Here comes the field goal team. And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away. Return begins inside the 10. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. To throw, it's Manning. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes the grab. That picks up a 1st down. They'll spot it at the 39. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Fresh set of downs for the offense after that 1st down completion. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. That's reeled in. It's more. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
This quarterback has a lot of different options, but I don't mind him getting this wide receiver involved so early in the game. Let him build up his confidence. He could have a monster day for him.
It's a short completion to the big tight end. and the gain just good enough for a first down.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. They make the tackle, but this offense now in scoring position. First down to the 32.
They told us all week that they thought they had an opportunity to get this tight end the football, and here they are early in the game showing that they mean business.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Movement here from the tight end. Off the RPO, caught to the right. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final of the half.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
The throw complete to the running back underneath. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
Longhorns will kick this away to begin the second half.
Set to kick this one.
And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And the returner will be brought down. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. First play of the 3rd quarter is a handoff. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
He keeps it. QB draw. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage. They've got him for a 3-yard loss.
Loss of 4. 3rd down coming up.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. Dropping back. It's Sayin. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made him to play the 29-yard line.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
Buckeyes starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, you're going to have to keep your eye on that defensive end. If he collapses down inside to the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself as a quarterback to the outside. Now, if he stays outside, you're going to go ahead and leave it in the running back's belly. In this case, he pulled it and got some good yards himself.
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. looking for his back. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Chris, I just wonder how many times can this defense keep making plays to keep this team in this football game. They're just not getting a lot of help from their own offense. A nice job again stepping up on this 3rd down. Interesting call here on 4th down to see if they'll get a chance to make another play to give their own offense good field position.
Fair catch made at the 20. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. And now the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Scanning the field, it's Manning. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down. Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Completion, that's about 9 yards. Not enough for the first, and it's 4th down.
Well, the quarterback throws this ball short of the marker, relying on his guy to do the rest. But on 3rd down, you have to put the ball at least to the 1st down marker. That's too much to ask of this receiver.
Longhorns will have to punt this one away. Returner decides to fair catch this. First play of the drive now coming up from the 29. They'll give it to the back. Breaking tackles. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, this guy's got some wiggle, and you can see there he's got some power. He's able to break through one arm tackle, but the secondary comes up to finish him off.
2nd down after that previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Pulls it in. It's Tate. Gets into space at the 50. Tackle made, but not before he reaches the 44.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. And he keeps it. They've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 2-yard loss.
This is 3. Brings up 2nd down.
Offense now behind the 6 on 2nd down. They need 12 after that 1st down loss. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Makes the grab. It's Rodgers. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, I don't mind the quarterback making this throw. He found the open receiver. Really would have loved to have seen a little bit more effort by this wide receiver to get to that 1st down marker. Instead, we got a 4th down decision.
The Buckeyes will bring their punt team onto the field. Oh, it landed at the 7 and bounced into the end zone for a touchback. There's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets some space around the 30. Now here he goes. They finally make the tackle, but the defense gashed by that big gainer.
Man, now that is a running back's dream. I don't think the guy got touched until he got taken to the ground. It's just excellent blocking. There's nobody he had to make miss or use his stiff arm. Just a lot of open field.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down. On the defense, finally will get him down, and that sack will end the third period. Well, Ohio State has the lead here, Kirk. So after 3 quarters of play, it's a pretty solid lead. Let's take a look at our game stats, how we got here. So one final quarter to play. It's going to take a lot to turn this game around, but strange things do happen in college football. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys in bounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. To throw, it's Manning. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. They make the tackle, but the offense set up with a first down in the red zone.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
The Longhorns pick up enough yardage to keep this drive rolling. Receiver in motion now. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Now it's second down here. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Now it's first and goal right there.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's only his second catch of this entire game. Boy, this defense has done an amazing job of keeping him in check. Let's face it, this guy's as good as anybody in the country. Big-time playmaking ability, but they've taken him out of the game. I think it's a big reason that they have a nice lead.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Second down and goal. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Longhorns.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? Quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT makes it a 17-7 game.
That makes the score Ohio State 17, Texas 7.
Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And he safely make the recovery. The onside kick doesn't work. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Grinding away on the ground. Eludes a tackle. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent game. Moves the ball to the 33.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you Got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all three to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
First down, why not keep it on the ground? Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? On the ground, it's Donaldson. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. And the lead remains 10 after that miss.
Now, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 31. Back to throw. It's Manning. Grab made by the tight end. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And he dumps it off to the tight end.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the fourth quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
Pass complete. It's second down now. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. Touchdown, Texas. Great catch when they desperately needed it.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the offense obviously declines that penalty on the defense, and the touchdown will stand. Here comes the point after attempt.
On for the extra point.
PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer.
That is the score. Ohio State 17, Texas 14.
I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery. And it's a kneel down. We came in expecting, Kirk, one of the best matchups of the season. In the end, number one goes down in a tough battle.
Well, Chris, you and I call these games a lot, and there's always such anticipation, but it's not often that they live up to the hype. You think about the last 5 to 10 years, we've called a bunch of them. This was a great one. I'm just glad we had the pleasure of covering it.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.